Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada around the world. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a fellow Royal Institute of Canada, broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. Tonight we're going to talk about the home buying do's and don'ts. So it's very important for the home buyers who are looking to purchase a home. What do they do? First do is search the neighborhood, because it's not about the property, it is the neighborhood that you want to live, and also the location. It's critical that you look at more than just brick and mortar. Neighborhood, because you are looking at a nice, quiet, safe environment, accessible to all the communities, community services, hospital, community places, access to malls, or essential thing that you can buy without driving. So it's very, very important that you choose a community that you want to live in, because you're going to blend yourself in that community, and maybe at the neighborhood where the good schools are located. So you are doing a research on neighborhood and community, and find out if that location, demographic, facilities, amenities meets the need of your family. So you have to do your homework. Most likely, what you're going to do is to talk to your real estate professional. He or she will help you identify the community or the neighborhood that you prefer based on your preliminary discussion as a part of your strategy to acquire a home for your family. Do also look several houses and options before you buy it. Why? Because when you look at the houses, depending on the type of the house, detached home, semi-detached, or townhome, for example, you have to look at the facility. Even the freehold home may have some kind of condos or parcel of tied land, road maintenance. You may have to pay for that. And this is very important that you look at that, check it out with your realtors. Because some luxury homes will have a private road where they have a parcel of tied land limiting all the access to the public, and strictly for private for those owners who are having houses in that street, and they're responsible to maintain that. It's very, very important. Now, you also need to compare cost of houses in various neighborhoods. For example, you have a priority number one. This is the demographic or the community that you like to see. But then obviously you may not be able to afford it based on your source of income or affordability issue. You might have to chalk plan and see what other options are available in the neighborhood, which is on your alternate list. You have a prime list location that you have selected, then you have second. It's also possible, because of variation from one community or one house to other, there will be a price difference in this area. For example, you have Churchill Meadows, you have a Lisgar, you have a Meadowvale, you have a Credit View. I'm just mentioning few communities in Mississauga, Mineola, or Port Credit, Lorne Park. Each one has its own price range, and when we are evaluating the price, we can calculate and we can tell you approximate estimated value of that area in order to acquire or dispose of a property. So based on that, when you are choosing a location, you can say, this is choice number one. if I can afford or buy a property in that location, I will have a second option that I will look at the second bordering community because prices will be different from each one. Now, once you have seen the house, you have to look at the condition of this house. You have to look at your need. What are your needs? It's not that you have a wish list. You have a wish list. Everybody has a wish list. But can you afford it? That's the issue. So you have to look at that. If you are moving away from your prime preference, then you are looking maybe alternative. You may be able to get a little bit bigger property, a little bit less money, and it meets your all the needs. Essential in real estate is you're meeting your financial needs of your home. So if you have a 4-bedroom home, you need 4 member the family. They need a separate room. You know, some 2 girls or the boy and parents. The girls want their separate room, boys want their separate room, and then parents have their own room. So you need minimum 4. So you can compromise going lower because you want to go. You may not be able to buy in your first choice, but you may be able to buy in a second location, which price may be a little bit balanced that you are within your budget. So you meet your needs. These are essential things. You say, I wish to have a 5-bedroom, but your needs are 4-bedroom. So you stick to the 4-bedroom. Don't wish for that. Unless there's an option available and you have to move away. Now, when you're looking at the property, you have to look at the above grade square footage. This is very, very important because each foot will cost you $350 to $400 per square foot minimum. And obviously, you have a finished basement. Basement, as you know, when you buy from the builder, the basement itself comes with it, but it's not finished. So above grade price includes land and square footage above grade. And basement costs you now about $80 to $100 per square foot. So above grade is going to cost you $350, $450, $400, depends on the location, type of the house. Some will cost you more. So you never mix the above grade with the basement. Always disclose separately because cost is different, very significant difference in there. So it's very, very important for you to ask your realtor to provide you an impact report, or you can go and get your report. Ask the listing agent to give you a copy, or you buy it from Geo Warehouse or Impact. It's very, very important. And so you are doing that. Now, size may be different, but if you need a 4-bedroom, unless you want to buy a certain square footage, we have categories. For example, 2,000, 2,500, 2,500 to 3,000, 3,000, 3,500, 3,500 to 5,000. So these are the category, but they're not every foot. If above grade costs you $450, 400 or 450, imagine missing a 100 square foot costs you 40,000 or 50,000. So it's very, very important for you to know what the exact square footage. That's part of doing, searching information, lot sizes, frontage. Always have a calculation on the frontage. You need to know what the frontage is. Depth, maybe it's good to have a longer depth because you're going to have to do a lot of maintenance. But the really value is based on the frontage. So there are way of calculation. So you ask your realtor professional to give you frontage, give you the frontage of the house and the back, or they have a survey. Ask the selling agent to give you survey. So when you look at the house, condition of the house, brick, stucco, or siding, all those features, then you are looking at also part of the doing. And you're observing as an individual when you're walking into the house. You're not expert. Real estate professionals have a lot of experience they can give you, but they cannot give you opinion about the condition of the property. So what you do is you need to invest in professional inspection. This is very important. It's a part of doing it when you are selecting a property, putting an offer on the property. So you have chosen a property, you feel comfortable, it meets all your needs, all your needs. Not only the accommodation, also your budget. that you have created with your real estate professional when you engage a brokerage to help you to buy a property. So you must have signed a buyer representation agreement to buy a property, and now you are working as a team. Remember, the real estate professional is a part of your team. We are expert in real estate. We are trained to help you, guide you, and you listen, because we are working for you as a part of your team. And if once you have taken time to interview multiple real estate professional or brokerage before you choose a person, remember that we have small to large brokerage. Is the individual, her knowledge and experience, negotiating skill, has the ability or experience that can help you to navigate through these challenges and to make sure they do everything that is necessary to get the information. Now, let's assume that you have agreed everything, you put together terms and conditions, you have inspection, you put all your condition in the offer, and you have a selected property. So you do need to invest in a professional inspection, because a seller sometime, or not always, discloses everything about the property. And the potential buyer could be on hook, unknown. And you don't have a ability or financial means to fix a major problem in the house if you have agreed to a price. So sometimes it's possible that you do the inspection with the permission of the listing broker and the seller to do an inspection before you putting an offer if you feel there is a necessity that you want to put an offer on this. You like the location, you like the property, it has all the necessary features or characteristics of the property that you want to buy it. So the average home buyer takes about 15 or less minutes to decide that this is the house they want. And when they walk around in the house, they can feel that if the windows are no good, if the counters in the kitchen are good, or appliances are old, or furnace is old, you can visually see that. And flooring, you want to change carpet or broadloom to hardwood flooring. So you start building up your cost of doing it because you did an inspection, you went with the home inspector, you look at the date of the furnace, you look at the condition, how it's maintained, and also look at the air condition, you look at the window, is they leaking or not, and the kitchen appliances are up to date, are they working or not. So you invested time and money with a professional to help you, and you must not compromise that. The inspectors are not just looking at the paint, fancy looking paint, they're looking really functionality of the system. So in the house, you have air conditioning, you have a central vac, some have heat recovery units, they have a plumbing, the stove, electrical, some fridges are water connected, and they make sure there's no leakage. A dishwasher, they make sure they're working, they're not old. Or you already have to make sure they are functioning. Some has a very expensive gas cooktop or gas stove, ovens, many things. A laundry room, many things can happen, and you have an inspector, he does a good job, and you invested to find out that you're able to find out what the problems are. So when he or she will create a list of things as a part of dues that to tell you that if you move into this house, a roof is one of the major expense. Sometimes insulation. Until you are in winter, you don't know how the temperature is maintained in the house. On the HVACs, you have no idea if the cooling or heating is spreading evenly in the house. You might have a technician hire a HVACs guy to make sure there is a good distribution of air circulation within your HVAC system. This is very important. And this is why it's very important that you are doing inspection. And then don't. We're going to talk about don'ts. So once you have done inspection, you have already agreed that, okay, this is manageable, this is reasonable, you feel comfortable. And also, bank wants to know if there's any major discovery in the structural stability of the house. Because if it's a newer house under taking warranty program, up to 7 years, there's structural warranty. And if there are older homes, there could be termites or ants or rats or whatever. You may have observation when they go to the attic, they can see a lot of challenges. If the insulation is good enough or not for the house, it can cost you a couple of $1,000s to insulate your house, depending on the size of the house. So, and this is very important. If roof needs to be replaced, flooring needs to be changed. So you already be able to, you invested in inspection, and you now have an idea when you are trying to remove or firm the deal to make a deal or prepare yourself for the deal. Don't overbid in real estate. You have seen that multiple bidding offers have taken place in the past. It will continue to face now and the future. I believe up to $1.1 million or $1.2 million, this is the average a detached home range, 1 bedroom with a 3 bedroom with a single garage. If you're moving away from semi to detached home, you approximately, that's what you'll be spending. And then you need to have a multiple bidding offer going on. And you have created, I have always said, budget. You have now, after home inspection, if you did it before bidding, putting an offer, never overbid. What will happen if the prices will drop down because of what's happening in the marketplace now? Interest rates are going up. You know, Bank of Canada increased a 1/4 point. So everybody has now about 7 point something your variable mortgage. So it will affect your affordability if you have a variable mortgage. If you have fixed mortgage, you are still okay. Now price is going up. We're anticipating maybe another 1/4% going up in July. And even though the inflation rate has come down 3.5, I believe, in May as compared to before. So it has come down. They may not do that, but there's a potential for that. So we're going to continue a conversation about overbidding the price and consequences. Don't do that. We're going to take a short break and we'll come back and continue our conversation on home buying do's and don'ts.
हसीन लगना तो सभी चाहते हैं, मगर हुस्न का निखार तभी मुमकिन है जब आपका स्टाइलिस्ट हो एक्सपर्ट एंड क्वालिफाइड। ब्यूटी बार एंड ब्राइडल, ऑल एक्सपर्टीज इन वन पॉइंट। हमारे यहाँ थ्रेडिंग, लेटेस्ट फेशियल ट्रीटमेंट, बेस्ट बॉडी वैक्सिंग, मेकओवर जैसा आप चाहें, जबरदस्त ब्राइडल पैकेज, मैनिक्योर, पेडिक्योर, केराटिन ट्रीटमेंट, क्रायो हेयर ट्रीटमेंट और बहुत कुछ जो आपके हुस्न को 4 चांद लगा दे। तो देर किस बात की, अभी विजिट कीजिए ब्यूटी बार एंड ब्राइडल। वी आर लोकेटेड एट 5150 डिक्सी रोड, यूनिट 6, मिसिसागा। अवार्ड विनिंग इंडियन ब्यूटी सैलून। For appointments, call now 437-324-2885. Beauty Bar and Bridal, one-stop beauty salon.
मुसलमान होने के नाते हमें इस बात पे फख्र है कि हम हलाल तरीके से जिंदगी गुजार रहे हैं, लेकिन आपको इस बात का कैसे पता चलेगा जिन हेल्थ सप्लीमेंट्स का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं वो हलाल हैं या नहीं? पेश करते हैं न्यूट्रिलक्स। हमारे पास बेहतरीन क्वालिटी और रेंज ऑफ हेल्थ सप्लीमेंट्स मौजूद हैं जो कि हलाल सर्टिफाइड हैं और 100% वीगन हैं। बच्चों के लिए हमारे पास मजेदार गमी की शक्ल में विटामिन्स मौजूद हैं जो उनकी जरूरी ग़िज़ाइयत को हासिल करना आसान और खुशगवार बनाते हैं। मर्दों के लिए हमारे सप्लीमेंट सेहतमंद और तंदुरुस्त रहने का आसान तरीका पेश करते हैं। चाहे आप एक एथलीट हो, बिजी प्रोफेशनल या पेरेंट, खवातीन के लिए हमारे सप्लीमेंट्स हैं जो आपकी मजमूई सेहत और तंदुरुस्ती में मदद करते हैं। चाहे आप अपनी एनर्जी को बढ़ाना चाहते हैं या अपने स्किन और बालों को सेहतमंद रखना चाहते हैं, और बुजुर्गों के लिए हमारे टैबलेट्स आपकी सेहत की खुसूसी जरूरियात को पूरा करने और आपकी उम्र के साथ साथ आपको एक्टिव और इंडिपेंडेंट रहने में एक अहम किरदार अदा करती है। न्यूट्रिलक्स सप्लीमेंट्स जिंदगी के हर मरहले के लिए, ताकि आप अपने हलाल अख्तार पर कायम रह सकें।
HK Movers, home, offices, apartments and delivery, big or small, we move it all.
HK Movers.
Local and long distance, we also ship cars, Keller transport and moving services.
For service with a smile, give us a call.
Call Mr. Harminder 416-524-6704.
416-524-6704 पे.
Visit 140 Advance Boulevard, Unit number 10, Brampton.
Long distance moving specialist.
HK Movers. HK Movers.
Welcome to EB Electronics. Please call 647-762-3956.
डिक्सी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस पिछले 16 सालों से खरीदारों की खिदमत कर रहे हैं। हम लगातार 4 सालों से खरीदारों की पहली पसंद बने रहने का अवार्ड हासिल कर चुके हैं। हम किचनर्स, बॉश, वर्लपूल, एलजी, सैमसंग और जनरल इलेक्ट्रिक के ऑथराइज्ड डीलर हैं। 5 स्टार खिदमत का लुत्फ लें। हम आप सभी को टीवी सबसे ज्यादा रियायती दामों पर देने की गारंटी देते हैं। www.dixieelectronics.ca हमारी वेबसाइट पर जाएं या अभी कॉल करें 905-625-5900। सभी बहुत ही मुनासिब कीमत पर दस्तयाब हैं जो आप बाआसानी से ले सकते हैं। At Dixie, we sell quality and deliver confidence.
Zoc. Now it's fully renovated. Live catering, barbecue, tandoor, जलेबियाँ और फ्रेश नान। तकरीब आपके घर में हो या घर से बाहर, Zoc is providing full service now, and Zoc has opened a new banquet hall, garden event center. आपका Zoc देखकर लोग कहेंगे क्या Zoc है आपका? Call right now 905-625-7786. Zoc वालों के लिए।
Good evening and welcome back to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a fellow of Rose Issue of Canada, broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. We're talking about home buying do's and don'ts. And when you are bidding for a property, most important thing that you expect or you should demand from your real estate professional to create a comparable market analysis. You can do that to make sure that the budget that you have created is reasonable based on factual market condition at the time when you're putting an offer. Simply you can take your iPad or laptop and you sit down with your client and say, here are the property that we have chosen in this particular community, and these are the prices that are sold, and this is the comparable subject property that is compared exactly or similar with a minor adjustment. So based on that, you have created a budget before you started the journey of acquiring a property or showing a property. So as you are progressing and moving, you will have a success and some disappointment, because when the multiple offers are bidding, and I tell you, I sold a property in Mississauga unconditional because the buyer already have the finances, money set aside to buy a property. So obviously, the seller will be willing to accommodate that, even though the price may not be what they want. But its unconditional offer is always preferred by the seller. But this is very important that you, when you're putting that price on that offer, and you as a real estate professional are witnessing that, or through the digital or e-signature, you are confirming that you're going with this offer. Idea is to avoid failures. You don't want to do something that's caused problem. What happens is when you send an offer that is no good or is accepted, and then you can't give a deposit, you're not comfortable with the price, and also please take opinion from your real estate professional. They have a license, they are regulated, they work very hard, and this is all they do for a living. So don't say my friend said this and my neighbor said this. You go by professional. Once you are interviewing a professional to hire it, then you have no problem. You can deal with it because they give you honest opinion, because we have a code of ethics. We're regulated. Real Estate Council of Ontario is a regulator that monitor us. And we have a training, we have education, and we continuously do education to maintain our skill set. I have lots of designation, you know it. I'm a fellow Real Estate Institute of Canada, I'm a CIPS, I'm a CRES, and CRESS seniors, and blah, blah. We have so many of these credentials that help me to prepare you, to help you more. So you avoid that based on your financial. You can comfortable, you feel that you're committed, because it's a honest business. You are honestly committing by signing an offer that I want this property at this price, and you have done all your statistics. I always recommend during negotiation, keep reviewing those things all the time until you reach a final negotiated price. So now, most important thing is, lots of houses, as you know, they are well decorated. They are furnished properly, decorated. Some renovation was done, depending is a flip property or is owned by. So you don't look at the furnishing, because furnishing belongs to the seller. If they rented it to furnish it, to display, or the furniture is there, they will sell it, they will take it. It's the property that you worried about that you're going to buy, and you want to make sure that this place, the housing, first of all, the housing meets my needs. I like the way these bedrooms are. I like the size of the bedroom. I like the kitchen. I like number of bathroom, some en-suites, and ceiling is good. 9-foot ceiling, 10-foot ceiling, whatever. These are your requirements. And you also want to make sure there's a parking. You have a plenty of parking. You may have 4 or 6 cars. Your family, your kids are grown up. They're still living with you. So all these features, these are part of the essential that even though it look very nice, but what will happen if you can't accommodate a car? If you have a 6 car and you have sidewalk in the middle, and most of cases, if you have a sidewalk, I'm talking about general price range home, you can have 2 inside, 2 outside, you have a 6 car. Parking on the beyond the sidewalk is not allowed. You can get a ticket for that. So you need to look for a property that gives you 4 parking outside and 2 parking inside. And that's what is very important. So features, characteristic. You already done the neighborhood, you already done the inspection, everything you have done. So this is where you are now considering what to put an offer, number of bedroom that you have, and any space. Sometimes you have twin beds. It's a single bedroom you want to have, instead of queen, you have a twin beds. Or you have a room to accommodate certain things that you want. And so you know that this is very important. So you are not going with it. Some window needs to be replaced, or fire. You have a wood fire stove, you need to change them to a gas. It's going to cost you maybe $7,000 to replace and reinstall that. So, and this is what you have to look beyond how nicely decorative it is. It's a hardwood, laminate flooring, engineered hardwood, broad loom. You need to change the bathroom or the kitchen counters or appliances. And this is the thing that you do and create a list with your realtor as you move along. You just don't go there and walk through the property without noticing these things. It will cost you money at the end. So don't walk away. You go do your work. And also, you don't trust everything that you see in advertisement in real estate. You need to verify it. So when you see a listing, they tell you this. And if you are dealing with a real estate professional, he will have a seller's checklist. There is a form Uriah has created for us, Treb has created for us. And you can click this, how long this owner has been there, when was the furnace replaced, when was kitchen was updated, or when the plumbing was updated, blah, 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 checklist. Is there any fireplace, there is any damage, or something happens, or water busted, or something, pipe was broken, or damaged, insurance claim, blah, blah, blah. There's a big list of things that your real estate profession can have with you as a part of checking these things. And this is part and parcel with verification of information that's provided. Sometimes mistakenly, lots of real estate professionals say, oh, a client has claimed that they spent $500,000, $400,000 in there. You remember that. If you put too much money in the house and you advertise, your house could be subject to HST. You have to check with CRA. What is a major renovation you have done? It could be subject to HST. So it's very, very important. So you look at make sure it meets your need, and then you are comfortable, and you just don't do it because it looks fancy and decor is good. Also, the most important thing that is, there are two principles of homes. One is called principle of progression, and one is principle of regression. Don't buy the most expensive house or big house when you have surrounded by small houses, because principle of regression will apply, because demographic in that area will be average home. And when you have a big home in part of that small demographic area, then your value of your property will not appreciate. It will drag it down. And similarly, progression is when you have big houses and they are small few houses, and everybody wants to live in that nice neighborhood, so price will go up more. Demand for smaller home in a bigger area will rise and appreciate it more because they're influenced by the community that you want to live in. So this is why it's very expensive, very important that when you are buying, look at these do's and don'ts. Don't buy a big house in a smaller community where every house is small. Or you're buying a home passing through semi-detached, a condo townhome, and then you go into your home. It has happened. The builder are building houses, and this is very important that you follow and don't. You do your due diligence to make sure you are making an appropriate assessment in consultation with real estate professional, home inspector, also your mortgage consultant, license holder, your lawyer, and your appraiser if it's possible. You have done your work. and where you get the advice from your real estate professional and your inspector, your lawyer, your appraiser, and your mortgage agent. Don't do it. You can't afford it. Don't do it. Then you don't do it. Thank you for watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. Realty Coffee Talk is on air every Thursday at 7 p.m. You can always call 647-484-0018 to ask any question regarding real estate or mortgage. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a fellow of Royal Institute of Canada. I would request you, all the viewers, to subscribe awazent.com on Facebook, on Instagram, YouTube channel, and all social media. And also you can go to realtycoffeetalk.com or my YouTube channel to subscribe and watch all the episodes on Realty Coffee Talk. Thank you for watching. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. Bye for now. And I wish everyone a happy Canada Day. Thank you.